Hey everybody, welcome back. An influencer that I follow, influencer businessman, posed a question on X the other day, and you all know how much I love being on X. He said, did World War II kill out the rest of the truly good men? Because we've not really seen the true masculine force post World War II. And I thought that was really interesting. So we're going to discuss it because I have my own thoughts and views on that and part of what I think the biggest issues are. And let's discuss it. Welcome back to the Green Eyed Girl podcast, Political Hellscape. So I put this under political hellscape because at this point, war and politics are all the same thing because our politicians are the ones who decide if we're going to war. And well, sometimes not even our politicians, sometimes it's foreign politicians like to interfere. So the influencer that asked this question just it got my gears turning, and I've been working my way towards this because good men go to war, good masculine men go to war for good reason. It's when it's just. It's when they're fighting for their families. They're fighting for their homeland. They're fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for the freedom of others. They're fighting injustice because good men are just men. And the greatest generation went to two world wars. But you see more and more men coming back damaged and feeling less just and really just being destroyed by war at this point. Very high rates. I mean, my generation was the one that was in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? It was the people we graduated from high school with that were enlisting and going to the desert. People I work with have been to the desert in Afghanistan and Iraq. So my thoughts on this is I don't actually think we killed out the good men. I think we destroyed their spirit. I think they realized they'd been lied to. When you send good men to war and they fight for the freedom of others, they fight because there's people dying in concentration camps and people whose freedoms are being removed and countries who are being conquered by an outside force. And you send good men to fight for those causes, and they truly, deeply believe in them. Then you ally them with the Red Army. You ally them with Soviets, communists. And when the war is done and treaties are done, they have to stand aside while they watch countries get raped, pillaged, and more concentration camps get started. What on earth did they fight for? On a basic level, we all understand that sometimes in war you have to ally with the wrong people. On a political front, you have to ally with people who may not be the best. But when war is done and your good men are there, having fought the good fight, having risked their lives, watched their brothers die in the mud, and then more injustice gets performed while they have to stand by and watch. What does that do to good men? I believe that it breaks them. I believe that it destroys their faith in what they came to fight for. I believe that it makes them look at their country differently. I believe that it makes them feel different when they come home and are lauded as heroes, and they don't feel like it. I don't think we killed a generation of good men. I don't think they died. I think we broke the generation of good men, and they didn't know how to live after. because those good men would have kept fighting to end what they saw. But the fighting was done and the treaties were signed, and instead the Bolsheviks got to do what they were going to do. The Red Army got to do what it was going to do. And our men come home and say, we fought the wrong enemy. And it may not have been the wrong enemy. We just allowed them to keep walking instead of ending it all. So no, they didn't physically die, but we did break their spirit. We did do harm to their souls. And then they had to come home and live with that for the rest of their lives, while being lauded as heroes because their families and us, well, we weren't told what happened after. We were only told what happened during, and that we were on the right side of history. What's taught in schools. There is no point in defeating one set of people who do evil things to allow yet another set to continue to do evil things. Good men go to wars for good reasons. That's why 9/11 was necessary to get us into Iraq and Afghanistan. We're finding out more and more how much we've been lied to about that situation. My theory on PTSD is that it's worse now than ever. Not because war is more brutal, because I don't believe that it is. I don't think it gets much more brutal than standing across a field from one another, walking directly into gunfire. I don't think it's more brutal. I just think going to war on behalf of a bunch of power-hungry people who want to benefit monetarily off of it while we kill our good men, I think that breaks the souls of men, of truly, deeply good men. This is why the endless wars need to stop. This is why the good men just need to stop doing it. We're not protecting anything. We're lining the pockets of a bunch of greedy people sitting in Washington. I have great respect for men. I have great respect for men who fight for justice and freedom, and who are willing to go when they believe that they are fighting for justice and freedom. In no way is this attack on those men. This is the attack on Washington. My issue is with Washington sending those good men for unjust causes that break them. We break generations of men when it's all about the almighty dollar. We break good men when we fight wars that we have no reason to be in. We need to stop and evaluate and stop sending our men to fight on behalf of someone else that doesn't affect our country. To stop when all it does is line the pockets of a bunch of war-hungry people who don't pay the price, and whose children don't pay the price because they're protected. Our good men should be here. Period. They should be here, ready to protect their families, ready to defend our nation, not someone else's. Much hope is lost when you just send good men to fight for nothing.